How's it going, guys? King of the fourth quarter here, and before we get into the actual substance of this video, I want to take out some time to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody watching, and even the people that aren't watching. I'm so thankful for all you guys who've been tuning in since August. I came back in August, and wow, it's been great. You guys have been taking me with open arms, and we've grown so much since the last month or two. We've grown over 1,000 subscribers, so we're growing rapidly, and I'm so excited. I'm so thankful for all you guys. So hopefully you guys are grubbing, getting some foods in, and enjoy the video. How's it going, guys? King of the fourth quarter here, and we're back with the first official episode of NBA Crunch Time. Man, I've been waiting so long to get this series started, and we're finally here. If you don't know what NBA Crunch Time is, don't worry, I got you. I'll explain a little bit right here. So NBA Crunch Time is where I, Jerry, aka the King of the fourth quarter, go over things that are happening in the NBA, give my opinions on basically the big topics, and I answer you guys' questions that are basketball and NBA related. And it's something where I can, you know, be more personal with you guys, because a lot, you know, we play a lot of 2K, we talk about 2K, but I actually watch and play, and not so much play anymore, but watch and analyze basketball a lot. And I thought that you guys would like the idea, and you guys did, so we're here with the first official episode. The way it's usually going to work is I'm going to do the first half of the show, me talking about what's going on around the league, and then the second half, me answering you guys' questions. But since not much has happened in the past week, besides, of course, the Warriors starting 16-0, and I'm going to talk about that in a separate video because I got so much to say about that, so be looking forward to that one. Not much has happened besides that, so I'm going to be taking you guys' comments from the last episode where I asked you guys a comment and basically answer those questions. That's the way it's going to work. If you want your question to be answered, be sure to copy it or post it down below in the description, and I'm going to be taking basically the top 5 I think should be great for the video, and that's what we're doing today. Also, man, we got a new segment that I've been thinking about to go along with this series. In the last 30 seconds or so, we're going to be doing this thing where I have 30 seconds. This is crunch time, you know. I have 30 seconds to give my opinion on something NBA related. So you'll see later, I got 30 seconds. I'm gonna be talking as fast as I can, trying to rumble out stuff, and you guys tell me if I hit the game winning shot or I missed it. That's the way it works. If you guys think I hit the shot, basically you guys agree with me. If I miss, you don't agree, and I want you guys to discuss in the comments. I'm excited. I want you guys to just sit back, enjoy it. The footage is in the background. It's probably gonna be me and some of my friends running some pro-am. We suck, basically. I'm the only guy on the team with the overall 80 or above. We just went out to have some fun, and we actually got a W out of it. So of course you're not gonna see all of that. It's just uncut. It's basically for you to listen to me. The gameplay means nothing. It's just a background. So we got some topics for this one. Of course, like I said, I took you guys comments from the last one. I'm gonna be answering them. I got some notes. I'm excited. The first couple episodes is just going to be me alone talking, and then eventually I'm going to have some guests. I got some friends that love NBA. Hopefully other commentators will come on eventually, but right now it's just me. I'm going to be trying to do this one take, try to be as real as possible with you guys, and make some mistakes along the way. You guys can correct me, give your opinion. Let's get into it. We're already 3 minutes in, and we haven't even got to a topic. So let's get to the first question from Joffinator32, who asks, do you think the Rockets firing Kevin McHale was a smart move? Alright, so it took me a while to determine whether or not I think it's a smart move or not. Because from what people are saying, he lost the locker room. And if you lose the locker room, basically the team is over. The team is over. So if that's the case where he lost the locker room, then yeah, that was the right move. But I'm not sure. You know, there's always conflicting reports when it comes down to stuff like this. But listen, they signed Kevin McHale to a 3-year extension less than a year ago. So they were all in on this man, because Kevin McHale has been a very great coach. He comes from an era where coaches are really strict on their players, and I'm pretty sure that's how he was in Houston. I know he got some players on that team that are personalities, James Harden, Dwight Howard, but he was pretty strict on his players because that's the way he was brought up. That's the type of coaches he played for. And yeah, they were all in on him, giving him a 3-year extension less than 300 days ago. So they were all in on him, which makes sense because they made it to the Western Conference Finals basically without Dwight Howard. And in my eyes, the top dogs of the Rockets organization, they panicked because the team started off 4-7. I'm pretty sure through 11 games they were 4-7, and this is a team that they built to win a championship. Like they started 4-7. They wanted to win the title because they have Dwight, Harden, and now they got Ty Lawson. And I don't think 4-7 was that bad because you got Ty Lawson, who's playing a totally different role than he did in Denver. In Denver, he was the prominent ball handler, and now he's in Houston. Of course, James Harden wants that ball in his hand. So they got to give these guys a chance to transition. like the West isn't great this year. The West isn't great at all. Like the Clippers are in the playoffs as of right now. Of course, we're real early in the season. They're 7-8, I'm pretty sure, and they're like the 8th seed in the West. So like this Western Conference is not as great as the East this year. So I feel like they have so much time, and I think they just got rid of my man Kevin McHale way too early. And if you think about the 4 wins that they did have, I know the 7 losses, some of them were just complete blowouts, 20-point blowouts. So I think one of them is maybe a 30-point blowout. But 2 of their 4 losses or wins came against real life contenders. They beat the Thunder. I'm pretty sure KD was in the game. I know KD missed a couple games so far this year. But I'm pretty sure KD and Russell were there for that one. And they also beat the Clippers, who also are struggling. But that's still 2 contending teams. And I think they just didn't give the team enough time to gel, man. They got the pieces. Like, that team is built to win the championship. I know I can't go on a different rant about Dwight Howard right now, because, I mean, he's not, like, really, there's no reports of him having a real injury right now. Right now, he's not playing back-to-backs. I think his first back-to-back he's going to be playing sometime this week. But he hasn't been playing back-to-backs just to prevent an injury. Like, he's already thinking about the playoffs when the team isn't in the playoff, like, race right now. Like, I don't know. I can go on a big rant about Dwight Howard. I'm not a big Dwight Howard fan anymore. When he was in Orlando, he was my man. He was the man. He wasn't my man. He was the man. And one of the top 5 players in the league. And since then, he's just basically fell off the face of the planet. And since they fired Kevin McHale, they are 5-10. So they just picked up 1 more win and 3 more losses. So it doesn't seem like, at least so far, firing Kevin McHale has anything to do with this team. I know once they fired him that same day or the day after, I'm not sure, they got a victory. Then after that, they just been losing. So to make that long thing short, no, I don't think it was the right move. Kevin McHale is a great dude. Like, you know, he was an analyst. He was an analyst for TNT, I'm pretty sure. And the guy's funny. I know this doesn't really play into coaching, but he seems like a person that could coach a team to a championship. And right now they have what is his name? JB. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but he's the interim head coach right now. And I don't know if they're going to keep him from the entire season, but I don't know if he's ready to be a head coach. So that's my answer for that one. Thanks, Joffinator32 for commenting down below a question, man. It means a lot. And let's move on to the next one. This one comes from Jayla Brooks. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Should Tracy McGrady be in the Hall of Fame? Wow, I was hoping someone was going to ask me this, because I was going to talk about it, maybe not in this episode, but eventually throughout the time, just because this is something that I have done a lot of research on, believe it or not. So, you know Tracy McGrady. We all know Tracy McGrady. If you don't know Tracy McGrady, I don't even know how you found this video, because Tracy McGrady, in my eyes, was a great player. Well, I'm pretty sure in a lot of people's eyes, Tracy McGrady was a great player, just because he did his thing in those small amount of years that he actually played. So, people were asking, is he Hall of Fame worthy? That's the real question. Because he's never played a full 82-game season, because he was plagued with so many injuries. His first couple seasons, I'm pretty sure back spasms was a thing, and then he had surgery on his knees and his shoulders. He had to be taken off on a stretcher one time because of his back. Like, injuries have plagued this man's career all of his life. And that was one of the reasons the people who are saying no to Tracy McGrady getting to the Hall of Fame, that was one of the reasons. He couldn't stay healthy. He was only dominant for a couple years in the league. That's not Hall of Fame worthy. But I am on the other spectrum. Like, I love Tracy McGrady. I don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame just because I love him. We got some stats to back it up. You guys don't know, I'm terrible at math, but I love numbers. So here's something. I actually saw this on ESPN Stats Twitter page. You guys don't follow that Twitter page, you sleeping, because they talk about stats all the time. Each day they got a little fun fact for you. But anyway, this came out a couple years ago, actually. I found it. I just went all the way back because I remember it from a couple years ago. Let me see. I wrote it down, actually. Okay, so Tracy McGrady led the league in scoring for 2 years. 2 years back to back. 2003 and 2004, he averaged 32 points and then 28 points. Everybody to lead the league in scoring at some point in the league, by the end of the season, have made it to the Hall of Fame, except for one guy. One guy led the league in scoring and didn't make it to the Hall of Fame, and that was back in the 1940s. I don't even remember the guy's name, but I'm pretty sure he won't make it to the Hall of Fame. But Tracy McGrady did it twice. I think that's enough to get him in the Hall of Fame. You guys know him from probably, if you guys didn't see him play, because I mean, a lot of you guys are probably younger than I am. I'm only 19, so I did see him play, but his last years, he wasn't great. You guys probably know the highlights where he scored 13 points in 33 seconds. It's just, yes, Tracy McGrady should be in the Hall of Fame. Just some things you can't control. This is the same thing with like Grant Hill. I'm pretty sure Grant Hill was great in college. Grant Hill was the man. And high school too, but we got to the league. He started off great, but then bam, injuries. The same thing with like Derrick Rose. Injuries have plagued so many careers, and I don't think, like, I think that those guys should make it to the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying Derrick Rose will be a Hall of Famer, just because, I mean, he's still young, he still got time to play in this league. He could be total trash for the last 5 years, and then he don't make it to the Hall of Fame. But injuries itself have plagued so many careers. Brandon Roy, Grant Hill, who else are some people? Greg Oden. I know Greg Oden didn't have much time in the league, but he's plagued with injuries. The guy that was drafted before Michael Jordan, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, plagued with injuries. Like, that guy was going to be a great player in the league. People say he was a bust. No, he just got injured. It's just so many things, man. But Tracy McGrady is one of those guys, when he was healthy, he was the man. Like, he averaged 20 points a game for like 5 years straight, and that's incredible when you think about the era he played in. Like the 2000s, the 1990s and 2000s, where it had so many great players that weren't like today. I'm not going to be one of those people that be like, back in my day, no. People, you had 1 star per team. Like right now, you got K-Love, LeBron, and Kyrie Irving, who are all stars. They could be on different teams, and the league would be so much more balanced. These guys were doing their thing alone, and it's just so great. I know T-Mac had Yao for a while, but Yao was playing with injuries too. Like, Yao's still young. He could probably still be in the league if it wasn't for injuries. You know, being 7'6" does take a toll on you, I'm pretty sure. I'm rambling, but yes, Tracy McGrady should be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm pretty sure he will be eventually. Of course, I don't think he's going to be first ballot, because I'm not sure he's actually on the ballot yet, but Tracy McGrady should be in the Hall of Fame. Thanks, Jayla Brooks, for the question. We're going to move on to the next one. This is from A. Valcarcel. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. A lot of you guys got some weird names, man, or maybe I'm just bad at reading. Do you think the Heat can make it to the finals this year? If not, how far will they go? Great question. I appreciate the question. Thank you so much. Yes, I do think that he can make it to the finals this year. And I probably sound like an idiot. A lot of people, when I told my friends, they say like, no, there's too much going on in the East right now. You got the Cavs, you got the Bulls. But I do think that between those 3 teams, the Cavs, the Bulls, and the Heat, those are my top 3 picks for the Eastern Conference this year. I don't know if they're going to finish that in the ranking because injuries, of course, but those right now are the 3 teams that I think can win the Eastern Conference Finals, or get to the finals, I guess, from the East. Of course, Indy has been playing great because Paul George has been amazing. We'll talk about that later, maybe. But yes, I do think that he can do it. You know why I think so? Like right now, they are, let me see, I think I wrote down their record. I want to say they're like 9-5 right now. And that's what Goran Dragic has been having an off year so far. I'm hoping, or I'm pretty sure, I'm not hoping because I'm not a big fan of the team, but I'm pretty sure he would turn that around. He's averaging 10 points a game, where last year he averaged 15, so he's seen a significant drop in his numbers. Even his shooting percentage isn't so great this year. But yeah, he's playing bad. Dwayne Wade has been okay. He started off the season really, really hot. Like the first 3 or 4 games, the man was taking off. I'm like, wow, Wade may be back. I mean, not that he went anywhere, but he may be back to that big all-star form, I guess. But he slowly slowed down, which is cool. I mean, he's older than some of the players in the league. But if those 2 guys can pick it up, like right now, they're still 9-5 or 9-4. I'm not completely sure. And right in the Eastern Conference, that has been playing great. So I do think this team can make it to the finals. They got Hassan Whiteside, who's actually in a contract year. The man's basically playing out of his mind. Man's getting triple doubles off blocks. Like, how many people you know does that? He's been playing well. He's making under $1 million a year. And think about how much this guy has been progressing in the last year or so. Like, he came out of nowhere with this Heat team and just been dominating the league. So I'm pretty sure he's going to get some max money next year, and that's good because the cap space is going higher. So he's playing for his money, which is okay. He's probably being more individual than team, and that's also okay. If it's giving them W's, I'm pretty sure they're not going to complain. One thing I do want to see more from that team is they're not playing Josh McRoberts enough. Josh McRoberts is a very quality player. I know he's coming back from injuries. Last night, I'm pretty sure he played like 20 minutes, only scored like 3 points. He wasn't great last night. The Heat weren't great last night. But I do think he deserves a bigger role in this team. Like right now, Bosch has been playing good. Like they have nobody that's playing exceptional, which is good because once somebody does step it up, that may be enough to push them in the playoffs. You know what I mean? If everybody's playing okay or a little above okay and they make it to the playoffs, and then one guy skyrockets, that's going to be great. Luol Deng, I'm not sure how Luol's playing. I know he's been having problems with injuries. I think it's an illness, actually. He's actually sick or something like that. But Luol has always been a very quality player. He's not going to go out there and give you 30 a game, but he's very solid. Like, of course, I'm here in Chicago, so I know. I've watched Luol for years. Luol was a great player here in Chicago, and things haven't changed much. He's getting older, so his minutes aren't as great, because when he was here with Thibs, like, my man was playing like 35 minutes a game. Like, he was leading the league in minutes per game like 2 years straight. So Luol has always been a quality player. Then they got Justice Winslow, who I don't know how he slipped in that draft, like all the way down to the Heat. The guy is amazing. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star. I'm not saying that he's going to be a big impact on the games like later in the season. But for a rookie at his age, the man has been playing out of his mind off that bench. More of a defensive guy than an offensive guy, but that's, you know, everybody needs a defensive guy. And yes, I do think the Heat can make it to the finals this year. Will they? Is a different question. But can they? Yes, they can. Wow, I should probably make another video just talking about the playoffs or what I think. I mean, I didn't give my pregame or my preseason predictions or anything like that. I probably should have, but we're already like a month into the season and I still haven't given that. Maybe in another video. But thanks for the question, guy. I made some notes. I just want to make sure I hit on all my notes. Yes, I did. So we're gonna turn the page to get to the next question. I'm surprised I haven't like cut anything out. I told you guys it's going to be raw and not edited. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. If you are, leave it a like for sure. The next question comes from Noah Snowgrass. Man, I'm so bad at this. Do you think the Knicks can make a playoff push led by Porzingis? I'm going to say Porzingis because he's been playing out of his mind. This is a very, very tough question for me because I like watching this Knicks team play. They have so many, well, not so many pieces, but they got some pieces on this team. They're just fun to watch. Of course, Porzingis has been playing great for his age. People booing him when he got drafted. He's already turning those Knicks fans into lovers. One thing I heard him say in the middle of a game. Wow, what game was that? I was watching the game. Porzingis wasn't even in the game. Melo had the ball in their hands, and the Knicks fan was chanting Porzingis' name when he was on the bench. That is ridiculous, man. This is a rookie who got booed when he got his name called at the draft, and the guy's already turning those haters into lovers. I think he's just been playing great, but we'll talk about that actually in the next question. Do I think this Knicks team can make a playoff push? Right now, let me tell you guys, as of right now, if the playoffs were starting right now, let me tell you the teams that are in it. You got Cleveland, Chicago, Indiana, Miami, Toronto, Charlotte, Atlanta, and Detroit. In order, so that was from number 1 to number 8. Teams that I didn't even mention that I think will make the playoffs: Washington, Milwaukee, and Boston. So right there, you got 3 players that are in the playoffs, 3 teams that are in the playoffs right now that I don't think will make it. I don't know which 3 it is though, because this Eastern Conference has been playing out of their mind. Last year, it was so much on the West side. The West side is going to be so hard to make it to the playoffs from the West. But now the East have been playing so great. I don't know. It's so much to think about. Like right now, Charlotte has been playing well. Don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I know Steve Clifford just got his extension. That doesn't really mean anything, but Steve Clifford just got an extension. I don't know if Charlotte's going to make it. Detroit, I want Detroit to make it because I think Detroit can be a very good team in that playoffs. They still missing Brandon Jennings. I don't know what they're going to do with B. Jennings and Reggie Jackson. If they're going to play them together, they're going to trade one of the two. If they were going to trade somebody, it's probably going to be Brandon Jennings because they put so much money into Reggie Jackson. But I don't think the Knicks fit in anywhere right there. Like, that's my honest opinion. I like this Knicks team. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. Like, right now, I think the lock-ins for the playoffs for me, Cleveland, Chicago, Indiana, Miami, Toronto, Atlanta. Those are going to be my lock-ins. So there's 2 more positions there that they're going to be fighting between with Charlotte, Detroit, Boston, Washington, and Milwaukee. And Milwaukee has been playing, solid. Last year, they were a sleeper team, made the 8th seed, and they haven't got much worse. They actually got Greg Monroe, who made them better. Washington is a playoff team, I'm pretty sure. I know Bradley Beal has been out with injuries. 1 second. Talking 20 minutes straight can, parch you up a little bit. I do think that Washington is going to make the playoffs, so I don't see a spot where the Knicks can make it. But that doesn't mean they won't, because you know injuries does plague this league. The league always has big injuries somewhere down the line. So if a top guy goes down on any of these teams, anything can happen. Anything can happen in this league. But right now, I don't think they can make a playoff push. If every team is healthy for the rest of the season, I don't see it. Sorry, Knicks fans. Don't hate me, but I just don't see it right now. But you know, they got time, man. This is their first year draft. Like, they got a big guy. They got a big name right there. And I do think they'll make it within the next 3 years, but not this year. All right, very last question comes from Johnny Boy 12. Thanks for the question, boy. Who are the top 10 best rookies so far? So I'm going to rearrange that question just a little bit. I'm going to be redrafting last year's draft. Going into last year's draft, I didn't think there was this much talent. They had, of course, the top 3 guys. I thought, yeah, those guys are going to be good in the NBA. But there's so many guys that have been contributing to their team in ways that we haven't seen before. So many young players, so many 19-year-olds in this draft, like Karl-Anthony Towns, Okafor, Porzingis. Who else is named? I think Moutier. Like, pretty much all of these guys play 1 year in college, or Moutier's case, overseas. And they're already contributing to an NBA team, which is great. I think all these guys are going to progress to great, not great, but moderate to good players in the league. So right now I'm going to be redrafting the top 10. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be really opinionated about this, and I'm excited to read the comments about it. So 2 guys I'm going to be excluding, TJ McConnell. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. He plays for Philly. I think he's doing great so far this year. He's one of the, I'm not going to say one of the best. He's pretty good at passing the ball around to those guys who suck. But I'm pretty sure if it wasn't for his opportunity in Philly, he wouldn't be doing great. So I'm going to exclude him. And Bielitsa. I think oh my god, I think I got that right on the first try. You know, you guys don't know how long I practice pronouncing his name. Bielitsa. He plays for Minnesota, 27 or 28 years old. I'm going to exclude him just because, I don't know. I think he's playing top 10 within rookies, but we're going to exclude him just because he's older. He has a little more experience overseas. I know the NBA is a total different monster, but he has some experience playing professionally, so we're going to exclude him. So here goes my top 10, and then I'll explain to you guys why I have each player. At the first pick, we have Karl-Anthony Towns. I'll talk about it in a second. Karl-Anthony Towns is number 1. Jahlil Okafor, number 2. Kristaps Porzingis, number 3. Number 4, Emmanuel Mudiay. Number 5, Justice Winslow. Number 6, finally, D'Angelo Russell. Number 7, Stanley Johnson. Number 8, Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Number 9, Jerian Grant. And number 10, Willie Cauley-Stein. Okay, so let's go back through that list and I'll explain to you guys why I picked the players there. Karl-Anthony Towns for number 1, that's a no-brainer for me. The guy is a monster on both sides of the field, or the court. What am I to feel? On the court, while like Jahlil Okafor is great offensively, like you can give him the ball, dump him down, and he'll get a bucket. But defensively, he's been getting toe up this year. So that's why I have Karl-Anthony Towns over Jahlil Okafor. I wish they were in the same conference because I would love to see these guys play more than just they're going to play 2 times a week, 2 times a year if they stay in different conferences. But if they stay put in the same conference like throughout their career, this could be a great matchup for years to come. Then we got Porzingis, monster, right? He's been putting up really big numbers, especially as of late. He started off, I wouldn't even say rocky, but he started off okay, but the last couple weeks or the last week or two, he's been really taking off, averaging over 10 boards a game. He's blocking shots. He is more than I expected. I didn't expect him to be bad, but I didn't expect him to be this good so early. Like even Melo said him and Porzingis are really gelling as a duo, which is great for, you know, the Knicks fans, because Melo, I don't think Melo was really happy in New York. I know he re-signed back recently, and I think that was just because of the money. No matter what he says, the money did play an option, did play a big part. Because, I mean, if it wasn't for the money, why not come to Chicago, dog? We had a bigger chance to win in the championship. Anyway, no, I'm not going to get on Melo. They're gelling, and I do think that means that Melo is going to stay in the Knicks uniform for a while. I mean, as long as they're winning right now. I think they're a little under 500, but they don't have many other pieces besides those two right now. They still got Jose Calderon starting, which doesn't make sense. We got Galloway and Jerian Grant, who's been playing great. Yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me. They should probably fix that. But yeah, Porzingis is playing great. I got him 3 over these other guys because he's been playing out of his mind recently. Emmanuel Mudiay, I got a number 4 because I swear, like, I asked my friends this because for each question I did take in consideration what other people thought. I asked my group of friends who probably will be on one of the episodes later in the year, maybe, hopefully, how would they redraft? And one of my friends really is a big fan of D'Angelo Russell, which is okay. I'll talk about him in a minute, but in my eyes, Mudiay is a better player right now because I see John Wall / Russell Westbrook in that guy. I'm not saying he's going to get to that level because Russell is a monster. Russell's a top, in my eyes, top 5 player in the league. Ooh, I'll talk about that eventually. Top 5 player in the league. And he has that extreme athleticism that point guards usually don't have, like D-Rose type. I don't know, but like Wall is really athletic for the point guard position. Russell is extremely athletic for any position, and I see those glimpses of Mudiay when I watch them play. I've only watched 2 games actually. His numbers aren't great. Of course, he's not going to shoot terrifically. He did kind of cross over Steph Curry the other day off that pick. A lot of people blaming it on the pick. These Warriors fans, they don't want to accept it. But Mudiay did get the man's wobbly a little bit. I do think Mudiay is a top 4, is number 4 just because of that. The man he shows glimpses of greatness just this early in his career. So I'm going to put him over Russell. Justice Winslow, because off that bench for the Heat, he's actually been contributing more than I thought he would. I thought just for him being young and that team wanting to contend for a title, they weren't going to put him in the rotation as early as they do. The guy's been, as of late, like in the last week or so, he's been averaging about 20 plus minutes a game, and that's great. I mean, he's not going to kill you with his stats for sure, but he does play an impact on the team. He plays defense. That's one thing that he does. He plays defense, and I do think he's going to transition to that starting spot within the next 2 years if he stays in Miami. I don't see why they would trade him. Yeah, because the guy is he's gonna progress. He's getting better and better. And then we got D'Angelo Russell. All right, Lakers fans, don't hate me. But D'Angelo Russell hasn't been playing to where we thought he would, right? Just because this team isn't great, he doesn't have they got some young pieces. They got Jordan Clarkson, they got D'Angelo Russell, they got Julius Randle. Like, they got some really good young pieces. I think this Lakers team will be okay later down the line. But as long as it's not going to turn into a Kobe rant, I promise. But as long as they have Kobe shooting 1 for 14 and not letting Russell shoot over 5, like, he's going to struggle. And that's pretty much the only reason why I have him under here. I do think he will be a decent player in the league. I'm not saying he's going to be top 5 like some people say, but I do think he's going to be a great quality player in this league. But as long as Kobe is there jacking up the shots, it's not going to happen. I know Kobe's there. He's probably mentoring these guys, and I think that's great because Kobe has one of the best mentalities ever. He's all about the win, and I do think a lot of young players don't have that. They want to be more about them. They want to make this money. You know, they want to be my world. They want to get the ball and score. But of course, Kobe wants to do that too, but he's also more about the win than anything. And I think if he can put that in the minds of these young guys, this Lakers team will be great one day. Soon. One day soon, like 3 or 4 years, which is soon compared to some of the other teams that are rebuilding, like Sacramento, who's been working for like since C-Web left to rebuild that team, and they're still working on it. We'll talk about the Kings in a little bit. Then we got Stanley Johnson. I got him in there just because he hasn't been playing a lot of minutes. He's still fighting for his minutes. He's shooting not so efficiently, but I do see glimpses of him being great. I say great, but good. Compared to, like, this draft class was actually deeper than I expected. But him, just because in that system he could be good, that 4-out-1-in with Andre Drummond, he can, you know, work on his jump shot and knock down some shots. Then we have Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, who a lot of people slept on in this draft. The man got drafted very, very late in that first round, which I don't know why. The guy is a very quality player, maybe because he can't get his own shot. He's not a great scorer, but defensively, he'll get you everything else. He'll play defense for you, get you steals, blocks, rebounds. The guy is a workhorse. He's a utility player, and I think every team needs one of those players. You got like the Draymond Green. Draymond Green can knock down a shot too, but Draymond Green is definitely a utility player who can go off for a triple-double at another position other than point guard. I do think Rondae Hollis-Jefferson can turn into one of those players. Like, you got those high energy players that every team needs, and I do think this Brooklyn team needs him because they don't have anything to look forward to. If you don't know, Brooklyn has been playing terrible, and they don't even have the draft pick for this year, so they're playing for nothing right now. And I do think they need this Rondae Hollis-Jefferson character to just keep their lights on, because I do think that Nets fans are hating that they traded that pick to the Celtics. The Celtics are just basking in all these draft picks, while this team has nothing right now. They have nothing. I don't even know if they have a second round pick. But anyway, Ronnie Hollis-Jefferson has been playing great. Jerian Grant, again, better than I expected. Let me get some water really quick. Better than I expected. Do think he should be starting, or at least playing more minutes than he is, but the minutes that he has been getting, he's been very, very, very useful. Same thing with Willie Cauley-Stein, who has been starting some of these games. I got him in there just off that reason alone. I mean, I don't know if this is working with Sacramento, but I do think he can transition to a solid player if he can just clean up his act a little bit. Actually, since he's been in the NBA, he hasn't done anything. So yeah. That's my top 10. I want you guys to comment down below what you think about it, about all these questions, because we are finally going to get into this last segment. The buzzer. What is the name of it? Last 30-second shot? I'm not sure. But well, what we're going to do for this segment, we got 30 seconds, right? 30 seconds to answer a question, a very highly asked question to me. And let's get right into it. Alright, so let's get into it. So for this question, it is whether or not Rajon Rondo is back. When I mean back, I mean like back to his elite form. So let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Wait, let me get it, just so I make sure I don't go over 30, because I could talk about this for a long time. Stopwatch. Stop. Reset. Alright, so we're gonna start it now. So whether or not I think Rajon Rondo is back, that's a no-brainer for me. Yes. Think about the teams that he played with back in Boston. He had KG, he had Paul Pierce, he had Ray Allen, and a lot of people put that apart from him. Like, he had some great players to pass the ball to, and now he doesn't have anything, and he's still producing for the Sacramento Kings team. People are saying he's doing it just because for the money, but yes, there's nothing wrong with him doing it for the money. He has 1 year on his contract. He wants to show the world that he still has it. Rajon Rondo will be back to his form. I called it before the season started. I thought he was going to do it, and yes, he is. Bam. Wow. 30 seconds. That was a lot, man. I don't know how people do that. Talking 30 seconds, like get everything said in 30 seconds. One thing I didn't mention was the man has been averaging almost a triple-double. Wow. This is fun, man. I love talking about the NBA. Hopefully you sat through this whole video. If you didn't, I don't know. You wouldn't even be hearing me saying this right now. But that's it, guys, man. Hopefully you enjoyed this first official episode. Leave your comments down below of questions I should ask. Comment whether or not you agree with some of the stuff I said, because I know sometimes I'm stupid. It's been the King of the Fourth Quarter. Enjoy some turkey today, guys. I'm out.